ESPN just released the documentary The Last Dance. The series chronicles the untold story of Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls dynasty, concentrating on the final season 97 through 98, in which the Bulls topped off their second three-peat in 8 years. Featuring previously unseen footage and hundreds of interviews from MJ, Scottie Pippen, Phil Jackson, Dennis Rodman, and most of the key players from Chicago's championship runs. Even if you're not a sports fan, I highly recommend checking it out if you want to hear straight from Michael and how he overcame adversity to become the greatest of all time, otherwise known as the GOAT. So how does one become a Michael Jordan of their chosen field, or being a parent, or whatever it is at the highest level? Here are 3 ways you can be the Michael Jordan in whatever endeavor you choose. Number 1, be a ferocious competitor. The stories of Jordan's competitiveness are now legendary to diehard sports and Chicago Bulls fans. Sports writer Wright Thompson said of Jordan, "There's no way to measure these things, but there's a strong case to be made that Jordan is the most intense competitor on the planet." Whether it was basketball or golf or the video game Bejeweled, Jordan had a beyond normal appetite for competitive and being a winner. As with most things, extremism can be dangerous and should be approached with caution. Still, it must be said that a competitive streak, channeled properly, is necessary to achieve at the highest levels. To put Jordan's competitiveness into perspective, once after losing a round of golf to Olympic dream coach Chuck Daly, Jordan persisted relentlessly for a rematch. As reporter Rick Riley of Sports Illustrated quoted, "The next morning at the crack of dawn, Jordan rang Daly's room. Getting no response, he went directly to Daly's room and he knocked on the door. And nothing happened. And so he pounded louder and louder until eventually he got his rematch. He got it and he won by 1 stroke, but would you expect anything else from Jordan? Everyone can learn from that aspect of his competitiveness. Number 2, overcome the naysayers. Much of life is dictated by what happens to us, but how we respond to it. To one person, you can't do it is seen as a prediction. To another, it's a dare, driving them to do even more and more to get past that obstacle or challenge. Michael Jordan famously was cut from his high school basketball team as a freshman. Jordan had the ability to use rejection or any perceived slight towards him as a motivator, not a deterrent. While some people can simply ignore the naysayers, Jordan insisted on being able to convert the words into fuel. This approach requires a unique simultaneous combination of a vengeance-like mindedness and mental toughness with a wholehearted self-confidence and optimism. The 3rd way you can be Jordan-like is to pay the price. To be elite at anything, you need to possess talent, natural ability, and good teachers. Unquestionably, Jordan didn't lack in any of these categories. He had exceptional coaches throughout his entire career, both at college and in the professional rounds. However, every year there are many elite athletes that come from blue chip programs who not only fail to become all-stars, but also failed to make it in the league at all. What separated Jordan was his drive to not only be the best, but his willingness to put in the work. In the book Relentless, which I highly recommend, by Tim Grover, who is Jordan's former personal trainer, he says of Jordan, "After every game, I used to ask Michael 1 question, 5, 6, or 7, as in, what time are we hitting the gym tomorrow morning?" Willingness to pay the price isn't something that is restricted to genetically gifted or those born with a genius level IQs. It's something that can be earned through discipline. But not everybody's looking to be the Michael Jordan of their chosen craft or their profession or whatever it might be, but that's okay. However, it doesn't diminish the fact that a lot can be learned from and gained from those who set the bar high like Jordan always does. Focus on channeling your competitive fire. Learn to process rejection productively. Put it in the hard work, and anything is possible. Especially in these turbulent times, we can learn a lot from those who came before us and found a way to not only thrive rather than just survive. And that's my hope for you. I want you to thrive in these times and not just survive. Don't waste the opportunity, even if it's during a crisis. Together, we can thrive in these times, no matter what.